Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of 31 Days of Cutfiles. I am going to be playing along with that all month long. And today's video is also a Some Assemblage Required video, which I am using one of these icons. And then I am also going to be using one of these airplanes. I believe I'm using the one that says home on it. And I'm going to use this icon as well. And these can all be found in the Some Assemblage Required shop. And then I'm going to add this stencil, which is from Scrapping Reflections. I'll put a link to all of these products down below so you can find them if you are interested in purchasing them, as well as a link to the Cutfile bundle, both digital and the physical product, in case you are interested in purchasing the 31 Days of Cutfile bundle. Okay, so this one is called Nightlife, and you get kind of a bonus with this one because you get some extra stars here. I am inking mine up with some, I think it is Salty Ocean, but I was going to just go straight to the ink pad to the cut file, but I end up using my paintbrush with a little bit of water, mostly because the cut file is a little bit kind of delicate to be rubbing the ink across it, and I found that out pretty quickly. I didn't rip it or anything, but it was just getting to the point where I was like, I was afraid I was going to tear it. So I thought I better not do that. I better just go at it with my paintbrush and use it that way. So I'm going to do the same thing with the portion that says Nightlife, and then I decided I needed it a little darker blue. So here I am with some Dilutions spray in London Blue, inking it up, and then I wanted to add a little bit of a darker color to it, so I am adding some Dilutions, and I believe this is just the Black Marble. I don't remember if this is the shimmer or not, so I hope I hold it up for you, just to kind of give it a mottled effect. Because it's still very wet from the blue, the black is going to seep right into it and just kind of like mix into it, rather than being like the black is dried on the top of it. So it kind of soaks right in and blends into the blue. And I know it looks very speckled there on the paper towel, but that's because the paper towel is holding a lot of it. It doesn't have as much surface area as what you're seeing with the paper towel behind it, so it's not as much black as what you would think. And then I took it over to some white paper. I was able to just trace it and back it. If you know how to use the offset function on your software for Cricut or Silhouette, and you have the digital files, you can use that offset function and cut it yourself and not have to worry about backing it by hand. But that is not something that is super easy to explain in this video, so I'm not going to try to explain that. You can easily, it's not a very hard cut file, it's a star, so you know, you get 10 straight cuts and you're pretty much good. But I am going to go ahead and back this one again by hand here and just use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere it all down to a little bit of white paper, and then I'm going to use my scissors. Now, when you're cutting around a cut file that you have glued to the paper, if you hold your scissors kind of at an angle so that they cut underneath the cut file, that is the easiest way to cut around it, rather than for me at least, I can't use a utility knife or anything like that. But as you see there, my scissors are held kind of at an angle rather than straight on. And then I do have some little tiny scissors. These are actually fingernail scissors for cutting, I think, cuticles. And those get into the little tiny grooves really easily. Most things I use my big black scissors, but every once in a while I do have to pull those little tiny ones out to get into a little area. So now I'm going to pull out some of the 49 and Market Sunburst collection and start layering up my cut file. I just have the one photo of MK, Joni, and I getting picked up by an Uber at 2:45 a.m. to catch our flight back home. Yes, we're nuts like that. We stayed an extra night. Well, we didn't even stay the whole night, but when we got off the ship, we stayed and caught a flight the next day rather than trying to rush off the ship. We did a little bit of a debrief and whatnot the day of disembarkation, and spent a little bit of time together just recapping on what worked well and what didn't and all of that good stuff. And our Uber came at 2:45 in the morning so we could catch early flights home. And yeah, it was a little bit nuts because for me, that's like 11:45 p.m. Pacific time at night. I think we went to bed at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So it wasn't very much sleep between 7 and 2 o'clock in the morning to get up and get ready for the Uber. But we did it, and we all had smiles on our face, and we made it to the airport and made it home early in the day so that we would have the rest of the day, at least for me, I would have the rest of the day to recover before I had to head back to work the following day. The little heart is actually a photo of the Southwest Airlines heart. That's at the front of the ship in the first, or the ship, of the airplane, in the front row, or the first row of seats. And I just fussy cut that out, and I'm going to use it as an embellishment. We had a ton of luggage, as you can see here, and so I thought these luggage pieces were just perfect for this particular layout. And I really love the one with the rolly bag, and the girl walking with the rolly bag, and so that's what I'm going to use. This is just a different kind of nightlife, and this cut file could be used for a lot of different things. I did use a little bit of that salty ocean to rub into this stencil, so I had more of the airplane look on it, and I'm covering up some of that tropical look with my photos. And back to the cut file, you could use this for a lot of different things. You could use it for going out at night. You could use it, like in this case, this is nightlife. We're getting up at the crack of dawn, or before the crack of dawn, to catch a flight. You could use it for camping, and maybe sitting around the campfire. I actually have some photos that would be perfect for this of a raccoon in our campsite late at night. So that could be your nightlife. You know, there's a whole bunch of different things that you could kind of do a spin on. So don't think that you have to be very literal with the cut files. You can make them work for the photos that you have. Sometimes I'm a little tongue-in-cheek with them, kind of like this one, a bit tongue-in-cheek, where yeah, this was definitely not a party getting up that early, but because I think we were together and we were just, you know, still excited about having been on this trip and meeting everyone and teaching on the cruise that we taught on. You know, we're all still smiles in spite of the early morning hour. So I'm using liquid glue to just adhere down the cut file. You could also, if it's backed, it would be easy to use your ATG, which I think I did use the ATG on the backed area, but if it's not backed, I would suggest using liquid glue, and the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive is perfect for that because it comes out really fine. If you don't have a Nuvo and you have something else that doesn't come out really fine, you can buy a fine line bottle that you can put it in so it comes out fine. You can also add a little glue to the back of your hand and tap it into it, but that would be like a big surface for this one, so you might not want to do that. Or you could actually use a paintbrush and a puddle of pool and paint it on. Lots of different options. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go check out MK's channel and see what she's doing with this cut file today. And don't forget there's a Facebook group you can go and join for 31 Days of Cut Files and see what everyone else is doing to play along. We also have some lives going on this month, so go and check that out as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another one. Hit that thumbs up if you don't mind, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.